Guys, this is my review for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. As you know, I think it's the ninth Quentin Tarantino film. I think he's doing a 10th. I don't know, I get it confused. Either he's doing a 10th movie, that's his last, or this is his last official movie that he's doing himself. Because I think he's doing Star Trek. But I know a lot of people love Quentin Tarantino as a director. They love all his movies. Me personally, I am not a Tarantino fan, but not a Tarantino fan. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, I have to see Quentin Tarantino movie because it's Quentin Tarantino. But I can understand why people love his movies. I understand that he makes great movies. I have to rewatch Django. I didn't care too much for Django. I love Jamie Foxx, don't get me wrong, and Samuel L. Jackson, and Leonardo DiCaprio. Everybody loves them. But I don't think I cared about that movie that much. I know I liked Pulp Fiction. I don't think I really watched. Oh, Kill Bills. The Kill Bills were pretty cool too, but it's not like, oh my god, this is my favorite Tarantino movie. Like, I love Tarantino movie. I'd have to say, if I had to pick one, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood would probably be my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. It is definitely, a lot of people say like it's not his best. I agree in that, as in the movie. Okay, so the movie is not bad at all. It's how you have to take it, and I think that's what makes it great. And I'll explain it later. But as you know, Quentin Tarantino, like I said, Inglourious Basterds, Kill Bill, Pulp Fiction. He has like 8 other movies besides this movie. It stars Brad Pitt. Everybody knows who Brad Pitt is. I'm not about to name Brad Pitt movies. I don't know, but he has a lot of movies. Leonardo DiCaprio. I think of him as the guy who basically gets paid to be himself. He gets paid to be this guy who acts as Leonardo DiCaprio. He gets to be the luxurious guy who's living the life, who's on top, and he's going through life enjoying his life. Like, they're just like, Leo, go enjoy your life. And that's Leo. And he's killing it out here, being a guy, enjoying being an actor, enjoying living his life, being successful. Also, Margot Robbie's in here. You know her from Focus. She was Harley Quinn, and she was in Wolf of Wall Street. She's been in a lot of different things. Margaret Qualley's in here as well. I think I said her name right. I love her because she's from The Leftovers, which is one of my favorite shows that I've ever watched. HBO show, amazing. If you haven't watched it, you should definitely check it out. Season 3 is not as great, but 1 and 2 are amazing. Season 3 is not bad, but it's not as good as 1 and 2. There's a lot of people in this movie. One second, getting a phone call. There's a lot of people in this movie. We got Kurt Russell. We got the lady who plays Kurt Russell's wife. She was a stunt person for, I think it's Death Proof, one of those death movies that he made. The movie about the car that Kurt Russell was the villain, I think. She was the stunt lady, I think, in that, and she's been in a bunch of other movies, I think, and she was the wife in this one. We got another guy. Let me see his exact name because he did a great job too. The guy who plays Bruce Lee. Let me find it for you guys. Oh man, where is it? Oh, Dakota Fanning's in here. I did not notice that was her. I know I'd seen that girl before, but I did not notice that was her. Al Pacino's in here as well. You know who that is. Where is the guy who plays? I'm so sorry, guys. You have to know this guy's name. He deserves credit for it because he did it. I feel like he did a great job as Bruce Lee. Because it was on the set of like it was a set of the Green Hornet. I don't know if Bruce Lee was in the original Green Hornet. I've only seen the new Green Hornet. But he was definitely great in this movie. Mike Moh, M-O-H, that's his name. Sorry. But yeah, definitely wanted him to get his credit because, man, he did a great job as Bruce Lee, I feel, in the movie. The guy who played Timothy Olyphant is in here. He plays James Stacy, a character in the movie. Timothy Oliphant is the guy from Justified and a bunch of other like cowboy stuff. So that was perfect seeing him in here. The young actor who plays Trudy, her name is Julia Butters. She's great as well in this movie. Everybody did a great job in this movie. Bruce Dern. One of the main reasons I watched it was Luke Perry. Luke Perry, as you know, he's the dad from Riverdale. He's been around way before that, but he recently passed. And I was like, yo, Luke Perry's in this movie. I have to see this movie. Also, another like person who passed, if you really care, everybody knows Stan Lee passed, but technically his last cameo is in a movie. It's a movie by the guy, he made a movie way back with Kevin Smith and this other guy, I think it was Jay something, and the Jay guy is making a new movie that comes out, I think this month. I think it's like something in the method or something, and Stan Lee's in that movie, so technically I think that's his last cameo if he doesn't have any more MCU cameos. But so Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it is basically a love story to old Hollywood. As you know, I love old music. Old time I don't really care too much for, but I enjoyed the movie myself, even not knowing much about the old film people. They reference a lot of people during this time. They reference a lot of people that emulate the character, because Leonardo DiCaprio plays Rick Dalton, and they emulate a lot of people who started off hot and kind of fell off. Like, hey, what happened to that guy? And they name a lot of people that if you watch TV during that time, you're like, oh yeah, I remember that person. So there's a lot of that. Like I said, it's a love letter to old Hollywood before everything changed. It does have the elements of the Manson family and the Manson family murders and how it affected. I think this all happens in 1969. It's in LA. But the movie, I feel like the only negative I'd have to say about the movie is the movie drags. There's not really much story to it. It really is like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It really is like a fairy tale. The thing that makes this movie and that propels it, I think it's like, it was an 8 point something on IMDb, it's 80 something % on Rotten Tomatoes, and I agree, that's about as good as it is. Maybe the highest probably be a 90%. It's not a bad movie at all. The movie's great solely because of the actors. Everybody I feel in this movie acted their butts off. Like, they acted as great as they could act. Leo killed it. Brad Pitt killed it. Brad Pitt plays Cliff Booth. Leonardo DiCaprio plays Rick Dalton. They make you care about these characters. They act and you're like, man, I'm so interested in them. Like, yo, like, I love these guys. Like, these guys are great. I want to know what's going to happen, what's going on. The way that everything builds up, it takes a while because there's a lot of, like I said, the negatives, the drags. There's a lot of scenes where Brad Pitt is literally just driving. And you just seeing him drive. They want to show old LA, I get it. But we don't need like 25 to 30 minutes of this movie of Brad Pitt driving a car. Like, we just don't need that. Like, you can do that in about 10 minutes. You don't have to, like, this dude, his whole, like, you want to watch somebody's commute. Like, this is Brad Pitt's commute. Like, we're just, like, I don't want to, I get tired of it after a while. Like, the music was great in the background. I loved it. But we didn't need all that. There's some other stuff that we didn't need. But it is what it is. The movie's 2 hours and 41 minutes. I don't think it needs to be that long, but it is a great movie. I'd say I've seen it, I think twice I saw it, and I was kind of like, oh, hurry up a little bit, but I wasn't like, I'm bored, like, God, this sucks. Like, it's not that bad, but it could have been shortened. But I feel like it was great. I see you should see it because not only is it a love letter, which is why a lot of people will see it, but my reasoning for seeing it is the acting alone. The acting is amazing, and you should see it because of how great the acting is. Like, oh man, they really acted out these parts. Like, that's how you could probably be feeling watching the movie. But the movie was amazing. My favorite Tarantino movie, because it's the one that I can really think of the most. Like, Pulp Fiction was great, don't get me wrong, but I liked it a lot. I enjoyed this movie a lot. I enjoyed it more the second time I saw it, I will tell you that. And I thought about it the next day, and I was like, okay, I actually kind of enjoy it more than I thought I did. Like, I did not enjoy it. I was just like, oh, it was enjoyable, but it was more enjoyable over time. So maybe you'll feel that way. Thank you guys for your time and your continued support. And don't forget to like, dislike, comment, share, subscribe. And thank you guys once again as well. I truly appreciate y'all.